aliens do exist.
This Russian supposedly created artificial life through an experiment in which he places his sperm inside a chicken egg.
Microsoft and Coca Cola signed $1.1 billion 5-year AI deal.
Welcome back to the channel. Thanks for joining me again. We've got some belters today, so let's get straight into it.
Why do you think they're coming out with a bunch of UFO things slowly? The aliens been here for years and years and years and
They
years.
have.
Since Egyptian days.
Confirmed.
Before that. And the only reason they're slowly leaking it little by little is because if they did it right away, it would cause mass
Panic.
chaos, mass panic, confusion. So they've been setting this up just because Jesus is coming.
Movies, everything, right?
Yes,
It's
all of
almost
us.
like everyone believes in aliens.
All
now,
of a
right?
sudden, yeah.
No
But
one's gonna
before
be
that,
surprised.
they put my uncle in jail for saying that he saw an alien and put him on disability because he said he saw alien. But why can't he get off disability now when now aliens are low key real? So what the? At the end of the day, I know exactly what they're doing. There's gonna be the rapture. Christ is gonna come back. It says in the Bible there's gonna be a great delusion. So how do you dilute everybody? You got to make them believe it was an alien abduction. So while everybody's like, yo, people left, and there's going to be people left behind, they're going to be under a spell of sort because they think it was an alien abduction. They've been setting that up for years. You just look it up.
You got to love Ryan Garcia, aren't you? Same as Alex Jones. Excitable. Like me, I can't trip up in words because I get excitable, and it sounds like you're ranting. Like we said about Eddie Bravo. Sorry, my throat's still sore, I'm a bit poorly. Yeah, he's excitable. He gets over stimulated, like, and he babbles. It's like he's babbling, but he's actually telling the truth. What he's saying is spot on. There's no way around it. Well, I'm not saying everything, but like, he's not as crazy as people are making him out to be. That's the thing. When you're up there and you're doing something, you're this hero to people. Same Kanye West, and as soon as you disagree with the powers that be, they make you out look crazy and discredit you. Difference is these days, people are onto it. Some people aren't awake yet, so they're not onto it, and they still like bash them in the comment sections and whatnot and make videos about them, probably for clickbait and stuff. Whereas he's put the work in to sort his own life. Do you know what I mean? He's put the work in all his life to become who he is, and then you get some idiot on the internet who just talks shit about him for 15 minutes for their fame. Do you know what I mean? Ridiculous. Same Kanye. That guy's an absolute genius. Trust me. If you haven't seen Jesus, is it Jesus? Something. Genius. Whatever it is. Netflix. Check his documentary out. Kanye West. I'm rambling again, but don't discredit people for what they believe in. I used to get it all the time. Flat Earth. I don't throw it in people's faces. I don't even feature on here hardly. If I do, it'll probably be at the end of a video. Now, I used to feature it quite often, but still, no, everything gets discredited because of one thing you believe in. It's ridiculous, man. That's how species can't move forward. It's just divide and conquer, and that's what they're good at. Powers that be. Rambling again, move on.
Take a look at this. Microsoft and Coca Cola signed $1.1 billion 5-year AI deal. Why am I just finding out about this? Now, what does Coca Cola and computers have in common? And tea. Okay. I just had Coca-Cola yesterday. Are you kidding me? 5-year deal, huh? I mean, are they changing the soda? Are they adding something to it? Everybody loves Coca-Cola. Especially Coca-Cola with some ice. I heard Diet Coke was worse than the regular Coke. If you're on a diet, why would you drink Coca-Cola? Well, if you didn't know, now you know, guys. Let me know what you think in the comments about this, guys, because I don't know what's going on here. But they seem to be shaking hands and they're in business now. Why does BG want to team up with Coca-Cola? Maybe because it makes so much money and it's a nice, refreshing drink. TikTok, this is for entertainment purposes only. I think this is a great idea. I love Microsoft and I also love drinking Coca-Cola. You know what it is. It's not a game. And T inside of the S. You get it? I'm just messing with you guys. That's just a whole bunch of letters. I be saying anything sometimes. If you know, you know. And if you don't know, it ain't nothing to know, so you don't know nothing. I'm about to get on my Microsoft computer and drink me a nice cold glass of Coca-Cola. I'm out of here.
Got Snaky William again. Mr. Bill Gates. I've actually mentioned this in one of my other videos. I've seen this, mentioned it, but I've never seen like an in-depth actual video about it properly. What does he need to be in contact, like, what does he need to be in partnership with Coke for? Why? Why would a Microsoft, like a tech company, need to be anything to do with, like, what was inside your body? Everyone knows Coke's nasty anyway. But he's just a little, he's never happy. Nothing's ever good enough for him. He can't be too rich. He's like a little nerd that got power and he's power hungry, he's power mad. Little freak. I can't stand him, me. I never could. It just reminds me of the weasel, the worm he is, Bill Gates. I hope he sees this. Yeah, right. But it's true, I've seen something about it. Nanoparticles going inside Coke. Have you seen the one about the mosquitoes? With the numbers and stuff on them, where they like, what do you call them? Robotic mosquitoes, whatever, and everyone thought that was stupid. Remember when you say about pigeons? I've seen that video one where it's like suddenly it's like zzz, zzz. They're doing everything. It's just cameras, isn't it? And the little mosquitoes, I've seen one where people find them and they have like a tag on them with numbers and stuff. So do you know what I mean? It's, and the way technology is these days, it's unbelievable. I've seen the one with the guy with the chip and he zooms in and zooms in and zooms in. Like, how can you get it that small? I know it's machines, but why can't you put machine? This could be true. I don't actually believe it is. If he's going a deal with Coke where he has no business being in deals with, Coke should be doing it anyway. When they make, I don't get why they do it. They make enough money, worldwide famous. We already know. We already put up with the garbage that they put in anyway because it's nice and addictive, even though it's rotting your insides. But they have to go too far. They're never happy, man. It's just greed will be their downfall. I think someone's gonna have enough, like the guy with the CEO at Jock Bang. You never know. I don't condone violence, but I think if he keeps pressing people, someone's gonna rise up. I hope not, but you never know.
It's the orbs that's inside the sky that y'all see that's glowing and stuff, that's shooting down the drones and all that. That's not a part of us. Them are actually real life aliens. Like, aliens do exist. They're above and they're below us. Yes, they do exist. And 2025 there will be a lot more of exposing the truth. I can't say the reason why, but because it's already out here, so I can speak on this. Aliens are real, and we will have to evacuate sooner than later. But just be careful. Keep looking up in the sky at night. They only come at night. They will only come at night. I don't know the reason. I just know it's been investigated. Aliens are real, and we're trying to figure out why they're here visiting us right now. There's a lot going on with.
I think the most credible person could be the US Army, because obviously everything happens in America. It's the world stage, innit? It's America, the main character. But the army, who's more inclined to tell you about it than them? They're the ones that get put on the front line, giant to Kandahar. If you don't know, well, if you know, you know. If you don't, look it up. Go back to my episode of it. It's on the thumbnail. Giant to Kandahar is these soldiers are the ones that have to do all the dirty work for these suits at the top. So now, and it's the year of speaking out, innit? So I don't blame him for speaking out. I'm glad he is spreading the word, but I think he's bang on. If you don't believe him, who are you going to believe? Do you know what I mean? I'm not saying you have to just blindly follow everyone and believe everything you see and hear. Do you know what I mean? But it seems a bit sincere to me. That's all I'm saying. Also, I want to add, everyone knows that aliens are real. We knew that before anyway. The thing is, like I said, I've been onto it over 10 years since I heard about the Shag Harbour one. I've said it a few times. I've always believed they're under the ocean. And I'm a firm believer that we can't even break the firmament. Whether they can get through or not, they can. Through that Van Halen belt, probably. But I think a lot of it was already coming from the sea, from under the oceans and stuff. But again, I'm a believer in the Project Bluebeam. I think that what they're doing is maybe trying to figure out what the orbs are, but then again, Bluebeam, plasmoids, do you know what I mean? It's a tough one because that's what I mean, they throw a spanner in the works to give you a little bit of truth and a load of lies, so you don't know what to believe, man. But, could be plasmoids. We already know the drones are getting built in certain companies. So, are they fighting each other? Are they figuring it out? Are they all together? Is it Bluebeam? I don't know. It seems Bluebeam to me. But what do I know?
There is something lurking in our upper atmosphere. And yeah, we're back on the cryptid iceberg today. So there's this theory that some UFOs that people report might actually be these massive creatures that live way up in the sky. They're known as atmospheric beasts. They seem to defy all rules of understood biology, like being able to fly or levitate without the use of wings. Witnesses have described them as being weightless, translucent creatures that can also pulse with this bioluminescence. And they're often seen in the form of jellyfish or sky serpents. But what are they? Well, Ivan T. Sanderson wrote a whole book about how many of the UFOs that people see are actually these low-density organisms that are native to Earth's upper atmosphere. Interestingly, life has found a way up there, albeit in the form of bacteria, but surely there would be remains of these things falling out of the sky if they died, so case closed, right? Well, not so fast. Have you heard of star jelly? It's this gelatinous substance that shows up all over people's lawns and in nature, seemingly falling from the sky, and then it evaporates within hours. Many think that this material, some of it at least, could be from the remains of these atmospheric beasts. But what do you think? Make sure to leave a comment and let me know what you want to hear about next.
With these skybirds, I don't think I've ever heard of these. I'm going to look into, this isn't what I'm going to look into, this is me, again, being a vessel, finding stuff, pass it to you, you've probably already seen it, or you've probably seen different videos of it, different versions, and me rambling, thinking out loud, giving my take on it. I'm going to look more into this. I just thought I'd put it out there because I find it very, very interesting. Very interesting. So we'll probably see more of that down the line. That's all I've got to say about that one.
Solomon Island giants are said to be over 10 feet tall, with evidence that suggests the giants can grow much taller. The surprising features of the Solomon Island giants are similar to other creatures around the world, like Bigfoot and the Mongolian Almas. They have very long black, brown, or reddish hair, bulging double eyebrows, red eyes, flat noses, and large mouths. There are thought to be 3 different species of giants, the largest over 10 feet tall, with another being smaller, and the third smaller still, but still bigger than a human. This helicopter pilot Marius Borium wrote a book titled The Solomon Island Mysteries, and here's a quote from that book. It is linguistically ironic that the Solomon Islands peoples name their undiscovered to the modern world race of humanoids the giants, as throughout history, including in the Bible and other prominent books, the same name has been used in other parts of the world to describe these huge, elusive, subterranean humanoids. The Solomon Island giants have become a topic for further research, often led by Marius himself. Marius writes that some of the giants were killing and stealing humans from their villages. He speaks of a huge rogue killer giant attacking the indigenous people. Quote, "This monstrous giant was an elusive and cunning creature that stalked its victims and often crept around the villages at night to seek its meals." He goes on to explain that many warriors had died trying to slay the giant, before villages had to be moved to other parts of the islands in order to protect their people. The Solomon Island giants are said to have social structures, and there are possibly thousands of them which inhabit Guadalcanal to this day.
The Solomon Island giants, what do they sound like? Hint hint. What got described there? These hairy men of the bush. Come on now. What I'm going to say is some of them live for apparently 400 years, upwards of 600 years apparently, so these tales go way back. Do you know what I mean? These are in folklore way back before the internet, way before conspiracies and all that garbage. So who do you believe? Do you believe the government that never tells you anything, or do you believe the people before them who never had no motive for them to lie or no incentive for they didn't gain anything? Probably discredited, probably shunned from the community. They mentioned it's crazy, dragged off to those islands. That's the only thing they got out of it. So who do you believe? Or think for yourself, use your senses, like we always say. That's all I'm saying.
I'm Elvis, but I don't want to hear no more about it from anybody. Amen? Amen. Is that all right with everybody?
Is this mysterious old man really Elvis Presley? To this day, many people still believe that Bob Joyce is actually Elvis Presley. It's said that Elvis faked his own death in 1977 to escape the mafia, but there was never any solid evidence until the sudden appearance of Bob Joyce, a pastor living in a small town in Arkansas. With so many similarities between him and Elvis, many believe he is indeed the king of rock and roll. Some have reported seeing Bob Joyce at Graceland during Christmas. It's also said that he attended the funeral of Elvis's daughter. People speculate that he is living out his later years in a simple, unremarkable life. After all, no one else has ever come close to replicating Elvis's musical style like Bob Joyce does. Bob Joyce is a deeply religious man who owns a church, and it's known that Elvis became very religious toward the end of his life.
The Elvis Presley one is fun. We put this in for fun. First ever conspiracy theory I got into was the 7 Day Theory by Tupac, from Tupac. Sorry, about Tupac. I was obsessed with that. The thing is with this is, I think it's a big coincidence. You never know. Have you ever seen the Lisa Marie Presley interview where she says, I phoned him last week, or I spoke to him last week, or something like that? Where she's on the, I think she's on a settee or something. If you haven't, go and check it out. You never see it anymore. I seen it years ago. Like, ooh, did he die many moons ago? Lisa, do you know what I mean? So you don't know what to believe. I can imagine, with that much power and that much fame, maybe not these days because social media and no one bows down to celebrities anymore like they used to, but that being said, back in them days, they were powerful. Elvis could have walked on water, do you know what I mean? So, wanting to get away from the fame, faking your death kind of thing, you could have paid some police off, some coroner for a report, easy, and gone and lived off in plain sight, do you know what I mean? They're expecting Elvis to be his quiff, like he's Danny Duco, he's old man, do you know what I mean? You never know, it could not be him, but it's all fun. Doesn't harm anyone to, do you know what I mean? It's a bit of fun on the internet, end of the day, and it could be him, you never know.
Check this footage out, y'all. Crypto University here. This is one of the best pieces of footage that we've been able to get our hands on to show you guys. This is a legit Sasquatch that was recorded on a trail cam. And if you look closely, you can even see the gray on its beard. You can make out its nose and its facial features. Right now, it's just walking through the woods, throwing trees around. Check out that gray beard. You can see pieces of it right there, but you're gonna keep watching. You're gonna see most of his face. There he goes. Look at his nose. I'd say this is easily a 8 through 9 footer. This was recorded in East Texas. This is a legit Sasquatch, you guys. Look how wide the shoulders are. Check him out. They're out there, you guys. Right now, he's just looking around. Check out that beard. Look at the grayish on his beard that you can see right there. You see? Amazing creature.
I had to put him in. Imagine that looking at you. It looks a spit of the one with doing the best Bigfoot footage ever, where he throws a tree. What featured many videos ago. Everyone must have seen that man now with the police tape thing, and he just drags 20-foot trees out of nothing, maybe longer. As he's stood on that train, he's stood on, as he's moving through the bush, he's moving in, as he's launching it by the end, whether it's dead wood or not. That's what people argue, was it dead wood? You can lift it then. Barbie arms, do you know what I mean? Spaghetti stew, I'll lift it. You gotta stand straight on the terrain, do you know what I mean? Throws it on like toothpicks. I think this is the guy. This is the culprit. We've been looking for him, and this is him, spit of him. The caveman look type face with the squash nose, wide mouth, hairy, leathery skin, baseball glove type thing. You just must watch these videos and when Bigfoot's on now. With a narrow mind. I don't know, I'm just judging, guessing. But let me know in the comments if you actually believe in Bigfoot or not, if anyone's actually watching. Come on, let's discuss it.
Have come in. I'm assuming that there will be more.
We've proven that we have no varroa mite in our hives. They don't even test it. In fact, they're here to just destroy it. They come here, they've got their petrol, they're pouring it into our hives. The government doing this. The government doesn't want us to eat, and they're doing this. They're killing all the hives in the mid-north coast, the central coast, all the way from Sydney upwards. They're just blanketing it, and then they're going to start spraying the air. They've already got this stuff ready. They're doing this, and they're doing it to wipe out your pollination. They don't care about you. They care about their money. They care about destroying us. Please, please, please share this around. We really need to show what the hell they're doing. They didn't even test our hives and they're just killing them. They haven't even tested for something they're killing for. That makes no sense.
Do you guys want to get involved with the euthanizing or just want to stay out of it?
I'll stay out of it.
Okay, that's all right then.
Yep. There we go. There's your conspiracy theory for you. I've got bee tattoos all up my arm. I love the bees. I'm not here for money. I'm here for them.
I'm not gonna lie on this one, this really pissed me off. If it's real, which it looks real, don't it just wind you up? It's like anything good in the world, you have to destroy everything. Like ruin everything, it's like evil, man. No, money, money, money. I've only made 200 million off this deal, I need more. Do you know what I mean? You can't even spend it in your lifetime. You weird, horrible people. It just frustrates me. Someone come on my property, try moving my property, my bees. I'd say come here then and just let them all free. It's like sting the fuck out of them. Scram, go on, off your pop, get away, man. I'd say sling it, man. You're not getting on my property, messing with my bees. Nah. People need to stand up and just take it over and answer. No, go away, you little nerd. You're on £12.50 an hour. Stop trying to enforce the law. How can you let your morals go for a job? Do you know what I mean? Police do it all the time. The army, they come in and get all these people on the streets, and what they do with homeless people, where they put spikes on and move them on. What? They're not a dog. Do you know what I mean? Leave them. And how could you go home to your family after you've just done that? Could you serve in the country? You're not serving anybody. You're serving the suits. Look, money is war. War is money. Everybody knows that now. Everybody clearly knows that now. We're not taking away like what you do, exercise, and yeah, you might have a good heart and you think you're doing the right thing, but you can see wrong from right morally. So I know I'm on a rant again, but the police, I've gone from bees to the army. Police and these suits, you get away with everything, like the army, the police, everything. You get the benefit of the doubt. You think they'd stop and say, question it, yeah, is this the right thing to do? But they don't. They just follow along like lemmings, and they think they're all these important people. They're just lemmings. They're like absolute, it's like modern day slavery, and they go along with it blindly. We don't care. We love our country. Shut up, weirdos. That's not me dissing vets and all that. Trust me, that's not me dissing them. That's just me saying that people need to take a stand and think what's morally right and morally wrong these days, instead of just blindly following orders from your colonel, your sarge. It's a trickle-down effect. The shit rolls downhill, we get it, but you need to stand up for yourself. Do you know what I mean? Have a backbone. Anyway, I'm ranting. No offence to any vets or police or anything like that, but that's what I feel.
This Russian supposedly created artificial life through an experiment in which he places his sperm inside a chicken egg. In the latest videos, we saw that besides the homunculus that ended up attacking the Russian and being crushed shortly after, he had made another one. And this little guy here grew up. In the sixth video, we see that the homunculus had a notable change. Just compare it with the previous video. Remember that in the last video, the Russian was unsure about which protein to give the creature to develop. So he started giving meat to the homunculus, which explains its size change. Then he demonstrates how this food is given. He explains that before he started giving meat to the homunculus, its food was a protein shake like those used by athletes. It was when he realized that the creature could already eat solid food that he started giving it meat. During this phase of evolution, the Russian noticed some changes, such as mucus that was previously on the creature but started to disappear. Another detail the Russian mentioned is that something similar to veins began to appear on the creature, but it is not very visible on camera. Another important thing is that with the arrival of summer, the water in the container where the creature is ended up warming, leaving the homunculus immobile. The Russian even thought for a moment that it had died, but as soon as he put it in the refrigerator, it started moving again when the water cooled. Then he began to question the Russian about why this supposed hybrid of a human and a bird would not have any characteristics of either. The Russian argues that one cannot say that this is indeed a hybrid of a human and a bird, and compares the homunculus to those primitive organisms that inhabited the ocean millions of years ago. He ends the video by asking for suggestions for a name for this homunculus, and so far his favorite option is fake.
Not over that. Just squashed. Just went ping, squashed it, and just spit at me. Do you know what I mean? What even is it? This is what I'm gonna have to dig at. I don't know what it is. I'm gonna have to do more digging. Well, interesting. Russians, man. Just throwing it on your kitchen table where you're eating your tea. Do you know what I mean? Ugh. It's splat. Could have picked up and chucked it in bin. Set table, love. You can't, you've got an alien spread out on it. It's dead. I don't get it, but anyway, I'm going to look more into this, it's interesting. This is one I also believe is key of machinery and stuff like that. Look at the intricate details, and you never think they'd spin, would you? I've seen it before today, but ask yourself, why did they need to go through all with the, what was the effort about making all that? Why? For pride? But they did have pride and work. It's perfect. Too perfect.
Listen, I'm gonna do more than keep Isaac Cappy's message alive. I've been down this rabbit hole now for 24 hours with no sleep whatsoever. I am exhausted, but I just cannot stop researching and looking at all of this information. Guys, let me just show you where I'm at right now. Right, so this is where I'm at. This is where I've got to. I found this from the CIA with these images in the background. Now, from everything that I've gathered over the last few hours, all of this has something to do with the food, pizza, which then led me onto Isaac Cappy and some of the things that Isaac Cappy speaks about. Let me show you, in fact. So this is Tom Hanks, and Tom Hanks was allegedly posting all kinds of random lost gloves all over the place. He didn't just do it once or twice. The guy literally took pictures of lost gloves all over the place wherever he found them. This one seems to have its own unique serial number or code scratched into the floor. Now, after the hours and hours of looking into Isaac Cappy and all the things that he said, he didn't just speak about Tom Hanks, he also spoke about others like Seth Green. Now, like I said, I will keep Isaac Cappy's message alive. Guys, let me know more that I need to look into with Isaac Cappy while I'm down this rabbit hole. Oh, and if you're not following me yet, you flipping well should be. Go onto my page and click my notification bar and tap all, so you never miss any of my future uploads.
Isaac Cappy, remember Pizzagate? Them weird pictures he found as John Podesta or something. I thought it was Chester Bennington's dad, Linkin Park. If I feel like I'm rambling, if you know, you know, if you don't, you don't. Go and check it out. Pizzagate, do you remember Fall of the Cabal? The documentary? Wow. I think I watched it about, I think they did I think I did watch 2 of them. 3 of them. But the first one was like, went through everything from Pizzagate all the way through, just everything. So good. Fall of the Cabal, if you haven't seen it. The Pizzagate, everyone should know about Pizzagate. The weird signs, you know what I mean? But didn't he get Greek citizenship or something, Tom Hanks? If I'm remembering that correctly. It's weird, isn't it? Some of them, they're all so it's weird, anyway. Anyway, rest in peace. Well, we made it to the end. Thanks for joining me. I'm going to show one more clip. If you're here at this time, you're in for a treat. Cody the Sound Healer, I think he's called. I think he's only on TikTok, I'm not sure, but he needs to have a YouTube channel or Spotify or something. Listen to this, especially if it's night time and you want to relax. Listen to this, and I'll catch you on the next one. Thanks again. Ciao, ciao.
Mm-hmm.